Hello my friends, welcome to another Together Run. Just walking away from my house because my kids will be like, "Mommy, what are you doing?" if I stay there. I want you to begin, as we always do, by grounding yourself with some element of nature. So find something that is alive, that is growing, that is living. If you can't find anything, if you're on a treadmill or something else, just feel your feet, wiggle your toes around on the ground. Still living, still nature. I'm going to touch this nice big oak tree. It's been growing for a long time, and I hope I do not ever in my lifetime get to watch that come down. Alright, are we ready? Begin in 3, 2, and 1. Off we go. Now this is going to be a shorter Together Run. I increased my mileage quite a bit this week, and just don't want to overdo it by doing a regular 1 hour. So we're just going to have one run for everyone today, and that's a 40-minute run. So if this is your first Together Run, usually we have 30, 45 and 60-minute run options. But today it's just a group 40-minute run. You can go whatever speed you want. It's a beautiful thing about this is that we can just enjoy a run together while being all over the world, and also all kinds of speeds and distances. So I want you to begin. We're going to start with our body scan, right? Which is going to be working our way from the top of our head to the bottom of our toes. I'm going to call out the various areas, and you're just going to check in with those parts of your body, just see how they feel. Just take it nice and slowly, like a wave, kind of working its way down your body. Okay, ready? Starting at the top of your head, working way down, checking in with your eyes, making sure they're not scrunched or holding any tension. Continuing down through your nose, around the back of your head and your mouth. Checking in with your mouth and jaw. Again, not clenching, not holding any tension, nice and relaxed. As you continue on down into your neck, the front of your neck, the back of your neck. As you continue on down into your shoulders, and we're going to travel down the arms, starting with your upper arm, going around the elbow into your forearm and wrist, as you check in with your hands and fingers. And then we're coming back to the main part of our torso, checking in with our chest and upper back. You go down to the lower back, come around the front for the stomach. As you continue on down into the hips and pelvis, going down into the quad and hamstring, continuing on down to the back of the knee, the front of the knee, as you go into your shin and calf, checking in with the inner ankle and the outer ankle, and down into your heel. As you continue on down along the arch of your foot, the top of your foot, the ball of your foot, and finally your toes. How's everything feeling? How is your body as a whole? Are there any individual parts that aren't feeling good that need to be taken care of? Just checking in. For me, I've still got that heel pain. I'm going to see Brennan again tomorrow. Saw him last week. But yeah, it's definitely there. Tends to start my run and then go away. So, okay, tolerable, manageable for now, but gotta figure something out here because I've been dealing with this for probably 6 months now, just on and off, and something isn't adding up. But how's your body feeling? Okay. Right, next. Sorry, it is quite windy this morning. It's supposed to storm in a few hours, so hopefully it's still going to keep getting windier. But yeah, I want us to begin. Next, we're going to begin our senses check-in, which is going to take note of your 5 primary senses. We're going to end with sight because that's our most overused one. Going to begin with as deep as you can for running. 3 nice deep breaths. So do that in your own time. Good. And what do you smell? Smell like a hot, like, I don't want to say dank, but kind of just like a stuffy smell. What do you taste? For me, I taste my toothpaste. Brushed my teeth right before I came out the door. My heel pain is fading away. It's a good sign. See, there's only 6 minutes in. So that's the tricky bit, right, with things like this. 6 minutes of it hurting, and then it fades away. But still, that 6 minutes is not good, right? Says something is wrong, something needs to warm up or something. So a red light, so it's an orange light, amber light, warning you to do something. And this is what Zoe and I wrote about in Becoming a Sustainable Runner. This exact thing, that we get these warning signs, and whether we choose to ignore them is whether that thing will come back to bite us or not. So anyway, all right, back to what we are doing. If you would like to remove your headphones and listen to your surroundings, when I tell you to, you can go ahead and do that. Just going to listen for about 45 seconds and just see what you hear. Try and really focus your attention as much as you can while staying safe on listening to the sounds that you otherwise wouldn't pay attention to. Just be in your ears. If you don't want to take your headphones out, you can do it in my surroundings and just see what you hear through the microphone. So let's go ahead and do that now. Few more seconds. can hear my belly bouncing around. Water in there. Okay, what did you hear? Me, I had the leaves definitely moving a lot in the trees. Don't often run on windy days. Well, I do, but like usually in the morning, that's not when it's particularly windy, so it's usually a bit more calm. That was really catching my attention today. What did you hear? Okay, and next we're going to go into our sense of touch, tactile feel. I want you to be just in awareness of those senses. What are you feeling in your body? Not emotion, we'll get to that. What are you feeling? Where is your awareness being drawn to? So let's just take the same amount of time again. What do you feel? Few more seconds. Okay, what did you feel? Where is your awareness being drawn? For me, still a little bit on my heel, just aware of that area. A lot of it is on my face. It does feel very, as my nanny used to say, close. Like it, you can tell the air is very thick. You can tell there's a storm coming. It's also the kind of weather my nanny, the same one, would be like, oh, my corns! So she could feel it, which I think corns are the same as bunions, right? Are they? Anyway, she would always like grab at her feet in this kind of weather. Okay, and finally, our fifth sense, our sense of vision. You're going to look all around you as it is safe to do so. But one thing I ask of you, oh, I've spotted my thing already, is to find something with detail, something you've never noticed before, something that your eyes are drawn to, that you haven't seen before, even if you've done this run so many times in the past. Just find a detail, take a mental photograph of it. Okay, let's go ahead and do that now. few more seconds. Okay, what did you see? What was your attention drawn to? For me, I saw this bird feeder that was like a pineapple, I've never noticed before. And I also saw these flowers that were red around the outside and this beautiful golden yellow in the middle. So those are my two things. What did you see? Okay, now we've done our physical check-ins, our nature check-ins. Now it is time for our mental health check-in. So I'm going to ask you a question and I'm going to give you a few minutes to think about it. If you think and finish quickly, go deeper. If we are running together, maybe you tell me, maybe you wouldn't. But it's mostly about admitting it, sharing it to yourself, talking about it yourself, with yourself, just that awareness of how you are. So, how are you, really? Remember, there's not going to be one emotion. There's always a lot going on at the same time. Got distracted, gently bring yourself back. How are you, really? Few more seconds. Okay, thank you for sharing. How you doing? I appreciate you taking the time to check in with yourself, and you should appreciate you taking the time to check in with yourself. It's good for us, even if sometimes it's the last thing we want to do and we want to fill our mind with other things to do. Okay. How am I, really? Well, feeling, lots of different things. There's an element of contentment for this summer. Feels like everyone around me is doing all the stuff. And I'm doing a lot too, work-wise. But within my family, we're just at home a lot. Just doing things, the four of us. Simple, easy stuff, rather than like the girls being in loads of camps or having loads of activities for them, a lot of what we're doing is just at home, just in the basement playing Legos or sitting outside while the girls use their imagination to find a game. And so I feel a lot of peace within that. I still struggle to be present sometimes. Like when I'm sitting down, I just want to be like, oh, I should probably go sort this, or I should probably go do that. I find it hard just to be still. And I find it very hard to get on the ground and play with them. I just find that very hard. And I'm trying to be better at it, even if it's like 10 minutes of like playing Legos, as in like Bailey with me usually wants to do like role play stuff in terms of having me hold 2 of the Legos, and she's got little modern ones that are little girls with dresses on, which is quite funny. But like she'll have me hold them and she wants me to have them do things, and so I'm trying to be better at that, but I do still feel a bit restless. I also do feel like I've got potentially too many things on my plate. Steve talked to me the other day about how he sees the signs of me trying to do too much again, like I've done in the past. And at this point in our lives, we can't really afford for me to burn out. In terms of just, I can't just like not take care of the kids or, whatever I need. So that was kind of a hard thing to hear, but at the same time, a needed thing, and I'm glad he said something. So that's concern on my mind. I'm excited. So I'm recording this on the Sunday. If you listen to it the day it comes out, you'll hear it the next day. But tomorrow, Monday, I'm headed to Chicago for the Race Management Program Summit, which I'm on a panel, and just staying the week to do the events. And there's a lot of people to meet and talk to hopefully sell some books. But also friends who will be there who I'll get to spend some time with. Primarily Jake Fedorowski and Michael Clemens and the sustainability team at CEM, the Chicago team, who are really amazing. So thank you. So that'll be nice to have time with friends and also time to hopefully sell some books. On that note, if you haven't pre-ordered, that's a massive thing you can do to help. And I'll put a link in the show notes, but also just you can always afterwards, easy to remember, go to becomingaSustainableRunner.com. So yeah, there's that. Also had a friend ghost me recently, which was kind of painful. And over the last few weeks have been kind of going a bit crazy trying to figure out what I did. But I and my close friends have come to the conclusion that I didn't do anything. It just, sometimes that happens. And I've done everything I can to outreach and try and figure out what's going on. But there's only so much I can do. But I'll be honest, I've been hurting from that. Really more than I would have expected. Not quite the level of like a breakup with someone romantically, but not too far off. First time I felt something like this in 10, 15 years. So I guess in that way, I've been very fortunate that I haven't had this feeling up to now for that long a time. Anyway, so that's on my mind, to be honest. But healing, moving on, being thankful for the memories, and just trying to let go. Okay, so What do we usually do now? Oh, an update. Well, usually we're getting ready to send people off, aren't we? So we're just gonna do one set of strides. Maybe we'll do 4 strides this time. What do you think? We'll do 4 strides at 40 minutes, but we'll walk for them. So we'll come to a walk at 40 minutes, we'll walk 30 seconds, do 2 strides, or do a stride, walk a bit more, do a stride, or stand. Actually, I'll probably just stand in between them, knowing me. And then, let's do it that way. Okay, so, updates. I would love to hear what you've been up to. Since we last ran together on Together Run, since we last connected, or if we've never run together, this is your first Together Run, what would you tell me about yourself if we were running together? So let's go ahead and think about that now. What would you tell me? You finished all there is you got to say. Go deeper. What else have you been up to? And tell me mundane things if you want. It's been at least 2 weeks since we ran together because I didn't release one last Monday, and I'll tell you why when you get to my section of what I've been up to. Few more seconds. Okay. Thank you for sharing. Even if you wouldn't have told me much, you just reflected yourself on what you've been doing. It's been taking up space in your mental, physical, spiritual and emotional world. Okay, my turn. Well, I want to begin with last week I didn't do a Together Run, and that was because I was recording my audiobook, Becoming a Sustainable Runner. It's coming out August 18th, and it's going to be on Audible. Zoe wasn't able to make it, so they had someone else, which I'll be honest is not the voice I would pick to read Zoe's bits, which isn't much because Zoe and I wrote the book together, but it's just her stories that someone else is reading, and I read all the bits we wrote plus my stories. So yeah, I was doing that last weekend in Champaign, Illinois. It was like 6 days, 6 hours of recording a day, and my God, it is intense. Like, I took my mic with me. I ran a little bit in the mornings, but because I didn't want to dehydrate myself and I wanted to save my voice, I mostly ran in the afternoons, which was hot. But, for each of those afternoon runs, I had a headache. I just felt like completely spent. So while I had my mic and I intended to do a together run while I was there, I just couldn't do it. And so that's where this is the first one in 2 weeks. So yeah, so that was a very humbling process. It makes you see all the flaws in your writing. It makes you feel like you can't read because you have to, there's a natural flow to things. And if you stumble a little bit, you have to start that sentence again. And then there's obviously words that you know to write, or you know what they mean, but you haven't ever said them out loud. And so saying them out loud, you kind of sound clunky because you've never said it. And now you've got to make it sound smooth in a sentence. And then you're anticipating how to say it, or especially with names as well. A lot of the names we've used, I'd never said out loud, or at least their last names. And so you're anticipating, and it's hard. I'd probably say reading flawlessly first time was maybe 30%. No, maybe more than that, 40%, 50%. But the other 50%, I'd say 25% was said it once, did it again, got it right. But the other 25% is having to do it 2+ more times, including some, maybe 5%, where I had to read it 5+ times. So it's hard in every way. So I did that. I've also been building back my running, thinking about what I'm doing. I had a lot of work stuff coming around, sustainability opportunities, which is exciting. And I'm trying to remember 2 weeks. I remember this last week, but what about the week before? I think I had, I did. I hadn't, when I last recorded it together, and my family was still here from Australia. My dad's cousin, my second cousin, was here from Australia with her husband, and they were here for 5 days. And so that was really nice to have. I think when I recorded it was the day before Chloe's birthday. So we celebrated Chloe's birthday. And I just had a lot of things due at the same time, which was just very intense, and didn't sleep well for probably a week because of that. Just so much going on mentally. What else? And the rest of the summer going into the fall is kind of every other week I've got something. Trying to drive or take trains places where I can, but there are a few flights. Trying to work through that. What else? Did my longest trail run yet since the race yesterday. I did 2.5 hours, so it felt good to be back out there, but also I just felt pretty tired. It's probably from, like I said, increasing my miles a bit, but just felt tired. On that note, I did mention yesterday my social media. You probably heard me talking about dry seats on the podcast, which is these sweatproof seat covers that are amazing. I'm going to put a link in the show notes to them. Easy to wash, easy slip on, easy off, dry quickly. Mean you don't get like sweaty, stinky car in the summer. And if you could use code R4R20, you will get 20% off at dry-seats.com. I'll put a link in the show notes. What else? who have we had on podcast? Oh, Friday we had Kara Goucher back. It was a very conversational episode, just us catching up. But it was a good one because we stayed on like 3 main topics, but went pretty deep into them. What else? And then the week before, who was the week before? I can't think. The woman I just went past definitely just gave me the look I've come to recognise. I feel like I know you. So I hope, I don't know where I know her from. But anyway, what else? What was I going to say? I'm trying to think. I think that's about it, really. Okay, so we've got 4 minutes left. So let's go ahead and do another body scan in your own time, just to check in with your body for this run. If you're going to continue on after the 4 strides, I would say it's okay to stop with us, do the 4 strides, and then continue on with your run. You might feel a little wobbly the first few steps, but actually I think there's a good chance you'll probably feel better having done the strides, going back into your run. So let's go ahead and do body scan just to check in with how we're doing in your own time. Few more seconds. Okay, how's your body feeling now compared to at the beginning? Mine definitely feels good, much better than at the beginning. Okay, we've got 2 minutes. Then we're gonna stop, take a picture, and do our strides. And yes, I suggest, even if you're gonna keep going, you stop and do the strides with us. Because it's good for your body, and we're doing this as a team. It's a group run, right? I don't really want to start talking now because I know myself and I'll get distracted and get beyond the 1 minute we have left. It's Father's Day today as I'm recording this. So I'm going to get back to Steve. He doesn't really know what he wants to do, but I think we'll probably go get some ice cream, frozen yogurt, frozen custard. Alright, so we've got about 30 seconds. I'm going to come to a stop. It's weird not saying a jog or a walk. It's like automatic at this point. But we'll do something a bit different for this different run. be holding the phone a lot tighter today. I've got like a much stronger dig mark in my hand. All right. Okay, come to a stop. And we'll wait maybe, oh, I haven't got a clock, I'm just going to guess it. So we'll do a stride in a minute and we'll stop. This is more like the traditional way of doing strides. This is how I used to do strides. We'd do a stride, stop, stand around for a minute, do another stride. So if you haven't done strides before, we're going to be running about 80% of our max. So if a sprint is your max, about 80% of that. You're not trying to take big steps. You're trying to take lots of little steps, increase your cadence. Okay, ready? 3, 2, and 1. 10 to 15 seconds. Okay. Come to a stop slowly. And we'll do another one. So you can kind of walk around on the spot here, or you can just stop. This is going to feel like a bit of a shock to the system. It's okay. Okay. Ready to do another one? 3, 2, and 1. Off we go. And start slowing yourself down. Okay, take a few more seconds, probably about another 30 seconds. We'll go again. That's the nice thing about when you come to a stop, you can recover a bit quicker and get going. Okay, ready? 3, 2, and 1. And start slowing down. Okay, we'll do one more. And then we can be on our way. You can either finish the run, you can say goodbye. Oh, we didn't take our picture. Let's do that now. Go ahead and take a picture of yourself. I'll do the same. But seriously, go do it. You're just standing around. I want to see you. I took one. You should take one. I just want to see your face. When you share it to social media, I love seeing you. If you aren't comfortable with me seeing you, you can at least share your surroundings so I can see them. All right, you ready? Let's do one more. 3, 2, and 1. And start slowing down. Friends, I want to help you find one way to connect in with some element of nature. Touch something alive. And touch this plant. You know I'm not going to touch that plant. They've got a fence around it. They probably don't want anyone to touch it. I'm going to touch this instead. Okay. Friends, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you. I would love to see this shared on social media. Please go order a copy of Becoming a Sustainable Runner. And I'll see you next Monday. Thanks, friends.